So I had an interesting experience today taking a shit. I actually had to take a piece of toilet paper and, push up against it to let my butthole open enough before it started going through. Otherwise, it would have hurt too much.
Wendy, the mic is on. But anyways, we'll keep that. We'll keep rolling. Welcome to Degenerate Nation Podcast, episode 145. So, Charles, what's up with your poop?
Well, the problem I had was I had hard stools. So I either had to drink lots of warm liquids, like warm prune juice, disgusting shit. I was at the hospital and they were threatening to give me an enema as well. I said, "Oh, fuck this shit." So.
Oh, I just literally farted while you were talking about enemas. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, well, that actually sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you make a coffee? I don't want the decaf. I want full strength.
Yeah, you should have had coffee, like decaf coffee, but a full-fledged, hard grounds would have been better. So you're just, tweaking off, fucking, 7 cups of coffee, and you're just waiting to shit, because coffee's a diuretic, and you will fucking shit off coffee.
Well, yeah, no doubt about it. But, it's also dehydrates you. Yeah, thanks for that nice belly shot there.
You like my belly shot? I'm going to show you my whole body while you talk about your bowel movements of the past.
Anyways,
I was really thinking about a coffee enema.
Yeah.
Sounds like Stevie Nicks, her cocaine enemas.
She had cocaine enemas?
Yes.
Like a cocaine drip, or did she boof it?
Oh my god. Tell me more.
Well, evidently, the trick was the straw was inserted in her ass, and she had cocaine blown into her ass.
Oh my god, that sounds amazing. I would have done that. Stevie Nicks is like a goddess. I would have been her boof source.
Well, I mean, think about it. It's all the capillaries are in there. You're going to get high real quick.
Yeah. Are you masturbating to this, Wendy?
Yes.
Good.
You
Me
just
too.
can't see my vibrator.
No, you can't see mine. I'm sitting on it. Brrr, turn it off! Okay, Dad.
Symbian.
No, it's just a cat purring. Where's the cat?
Hold on.
Symbian.
There we go. I closed the door. No cats will get in.
So, why were you on opiates? You had a procedure in the hospital?
I was on, I have chronic pain in my lower back.
Dang.
Okay.
Andy's father's had the same kind of surgery I have.
Yeah, it's back surgery
Oh,
to replace,
okay.
not replace, but repair, right?
Did it help?
Technically yes, and technically no.
Dang.
Oh, okay. So I'm prematurely celebrating here.
Yes. Yeah, it flares up a lot still, right, Charles?
Well, I had
Rusty trombone.
going. I had back to the hard stools. Okay.
Yeah, always back to those.
I had to reach up in there to pull them out.
Did they give you gloves?
No.
Gloveless stool reaching.
I did it on my own volition.
Oh my god.
It's like,
Nice.
fuck no, I'm not getting an enema. I tried the warm prune juice and man, that was awful.
Oh god. Well, okay, well, how long were your fingernails at that time?
Yeah.
Not very long.
Oh god.
Leftovers for later.
The scrapings. Damn, that sounds intense, dude. I think that is the second grossest full real story I've heard on this podcast out of 145 episodes.
Yeah, but you haven't had really hard stools before, dude.
No, I guess not. Well, because of the opiates,
rocks.
Right? Oh, so you're just plucking rocks out of your asshole was a rock garden, and you're just taking them out of there.
Yes.
Oh. Did you throw them against the wall in defiance?
I wasn't that hardcore.
Okay, well, I mean,
For golf balls.
I've seen people sew up their own bullet wounds on TV, but that's on TV, man. You fucking, like, pulled your shit out of your asshole. Like, multiple pieces of shit out of your asshole, and you're like, fuck an enema. What's an enema? Not for me.
I'm a name, so I'm full of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fucking brutal. That is awesome.
Yeah, there's not a friend you can call for that.
I would do it for you, Charles. You're my blood.
Oh, so next time you can call Andy. He'll do it for you.
Wendy, I'd pull the shit out of your ass, too. And Luther Danger, and Will. And Patrice has some work to do.
Although I think he has the drug ingestion rate, too.
Yeah. Well, he did drugs for fun. Yeah. Exactly. Dang, man. That's intense. All right. Stool. All right.
I have all kinds of stories, Andrew.
I love the stories, man. It keeps us pumping, man. Because I talked about my psych experiences last night in the outpatient hotel. Now, a hotel. Oh, my God. There's got to be an outpatient hotel now, too. Outpatient hospital, not a hotel. I didn't get to sleep there. We just went from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And motherfucker we're calling in mandalas. The saddest thing I saw or experienced in there was there was an older man. He was like mid-70s, and he was talking about managing his depression, and he was talking about his help from his significant other, and he was just such a sweet man. I was like, I feel so bad that he's had to deal with that for so long, you know?
Tell me all your thoughts on God.
'Cause I really like to meet her. Dishwalla. Good timing.
Yes.
We're going to tweet at Dishwalla.
Uh-oh.
What's that?
Said hard times. Hard times. Coming your
Talking about your
way.
poop again? Is that about your poop again?
What's
No,
that? A poop alarm? No, I was getting a call that I'm not answering.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. What you got, Wendy? You got a story for me? Oh, I'm farting again. Hold on. Oh.
Okay. Alright.
Okay.
Is it a hard fart? Do you have to reach up in there and grab it?
A fart turns into a shit. It's a shart, and I'm pulling out a shart and I'm throwing it at the wall. My childhood bedroom wall.
Reach up and pull it out for somebody.
Reach up and touch faith.
Because it's called love.
Your own personal fingers.
Yep. When a fart turns into a shart, that's how you start your weekend laundry.
Yeah.
Well, you don't want to gross anybody out too bad.
No.
No, it's best just to throw it in there yourself.
What did you do with the shit when you were done picking it out?
I put it in the. Basically,
USPS box?
I was sitting on the toilet.
Oh, okay. I was thinking you were on your bed.
That way.
I thought you were on your bed and you turned around.
Land in the toilet, not like putting my whole fist up there and grabbing pieces of it out.
Snacking on it.
Yep, snacking on it.
Yeah, it's popcorn night.
What year was this? Thereabouts.
Like 2003, I think.
Okay, so you're watching. You're picking pieces of shit out, and you're watching the movie Traffic projected on the fucking on the wall of the hospital. I don't know. That's the only movie I could think of. That's so obscure. That wasn't even funny. It wasn't funny at all. Let's move on entirely.
Well, it's entirely possible.
Yeah.
Could have been projected on my door.
That's right.
Where did Wendy go?
Wendy.
We're Wendy-less.
Are we Wendy-less? Oh, hold on a second.
Forget it. I got a hot ass.
Okay, Wendy's back. That was the song that Charles just decided to sing for. We only were able to cover a portion of that. The rest was too explicit, even for us.
Too explicit. She ran away.
She ran away again? So what were you saying about this mental patient art movement?
It's called Art Brut.
Art Brut, like B-R-U-T?
Yep.
Oh, okay, cool. And this was like in the 20s or so, the 30s that it started?
20s, 30s, yeah.
Nice.
It can be traced back that far. But I mean, some people are so hardcore they call you a sellout for having your work in a gallery.
In the movement?
Yes.
A gallery? Where the fuck is it supposed to go?
That's the whole thing.
I mean, aren't you...
Like, it would be like a writer's group.
Yeah. Okay, but writers want to publish their work, usually. That's
Right.
like the whole fucking point. These people didn't want to publish not publish, but display their paintings.
So hardcore that they thought, it was bourgeois to have your art shown in a gallery.
That's stupid. I've never met someone that didn't want to have their music or writing or art make it, whatever that means in their own individual terms, but make it, because I guess fellow artists are good critics in a way that fellow writers just really are not. But musicians can be good critics of other musicians, I think, but I don't know enough about that field. But writing, I don't know of anyone that's really many people that have fully impressed me that I know that aren't professional, that are still trying to make it get published or anything like that. I'm usually I feel like I'm better at it than them, and so it's just I don't want to read anything. I feel like I'm that level right below it. You know what I mean? You feel like you're perpetually feeling like you're on the cusp, and when you feel that way, you're so focused on that next step or where you're at right now that you're not thinking about the other people's writing, and you're oh, this is good. You know what? Honestly, bro, I don't care. What is that? What do you got? What are you holding there? Nice. That said, though, I think if you sent me a piece to degeneratenation@gmail.com, I will read it. I promise you I will read it, and I will send it to Wendy as well. She's an avid reader of degenerate pieces. Oh, cool. We got a sound machine.
The Book of the Samurai.
Nice.
Aguri.
Wendy!
I feel abandoned.
Wendy's leaving us. I feel like she's my big sister, and she's just leaving us in a lurch.
That's right.
She took all the notes for the show. We're winging it. We always wing it, to be honest. But sometimes she'll take a couple notes and things that we want to cover, and she has all of it. I have none of it. I don't know what to say, Charles Hades. I don't know what to say, Charles Hades.
I'll just wait patiently for her to come back.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right, wait, audience. You're really loving this episode, aren't you? Ah, la, la, la. All right, here we go. Wendy's back.
Water.
Wendy's back. I was drinking water and gurgling it in a way that reminded Charles of the first time that he ate someone out.
Aww.
La, 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 la,
Yeah,
la,
night
la,
school
la.
sweetheart.
Yeah, I tried to shove my phone up my butt so I could give myself a home colonoscopy.
All right, so
Sorry about
speaking of
It didn't turn out very good.
The rawness of pulling shit out of your own ass and hiding from an enema, I have anxiety, and it hasn't been active the last however many weeks we're on this fucking shit. Coronavirus, quarantine, pandemic, whatever you want to call it, COVID-19, paradise, and you don't have to go to work. Some of us, and some of us are still getting paid. All right.
The new and improved plague.
The new and improved plague 2.0 or 9.0 or whatever. Anyways, so I have anxiety, and when I was feeling really poorly a few years ago, not that I'm feeling awesome, but I am recently, to be honest. Anyways, I went to go to send a birthday card. I go to buy a birthday card to this girl that I had liked, but was the sort of friend of a girl I dated when I was in California. And I went to get a card, and I was like, I knew this was a useless endeavor, but I liked her, and I wanted to send her a birthday card. And this was years after what happened, back there. And
Right.
I suddenly couldn't walk. I had to sit down, and I started almost hyperventilating. I felt like I was having a panic attack. This was the first time I can remember feeling that way. Just to send a fucking birthday card to a girl I liked, even though there was no pressure involved with it because there was a doomed narrative anyways. And I still fucking had a panic feeling. And that was I don't know if it was somewhat agoraphobic because I was opening up my universe a little bit, even though it was doomed. But I did that. We're related, and you had the strength to pull shit out of your own ass that was hard rocks. The apple sometimes falls far from the tree, and I'm the apple that fell far from the tree and rotted on the ground, and a squirrel won't even touch.
Well, we're different people. I mean, you didn't have to go through some of the shit I had to go through.
Yeah, that's true.
Periodic homelessness. My dad kicked me out early on in the game.
Yeah.
First time he kicked me out, I was 15.
Damn, dude. Yeah, he was the guy I talked to about the Cubs with when we got to see you on family gatherings, I got to see him,
Yep.
yeah.
Now, no, my dad did me a favor by kicking me out, so.
Oh, did he at least give you a barrel so you had your own place to build a fire?
No.
Aw, I thought he was a little bit nicer than that.
This was this
like
late 70s, early 80s?
Late 80s.
Oh, late
Early
80s. Early 80s, yeah, early 80s.
I graduated in 85. So,
Okay, so it was early 80s.
Yeah, I was in the Marines. I flunked out of that. And went back home for a while. And I forget the circumstances, but basically my sister was staying here. And my dad got on his high horse or whatever, and he kicked both of us out at the same day.
Damn.
Okay, so your sister took the barrel.
Yes,
Okay.
she took the barrel.
All
In
right.
more ways than one, she literally took the barrel over the falls too. If you get my drift, Wendy.
Yeah.
Yikes.
We keep it real here, man.
Yeah, well, it's been a thing of contention. I mean, it's been 3 years since she killed herself, so.
Rest
It was
in
my
peace.
only sibling, so it was pretty rough.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that, guys.
Well, Andy knew Debbie. Debbie was cool.
Yeah. Of course. Our family's cool. We just have some troubles, Sometimes it's too much. Sometimes it's not enough to keep us grounded, We've had a lot of silly times and a lot of dark times. And, part of this purpose of this is to combine them.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Yeah, no diggity.
I mean, I look forward to this. I get to talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about.
That's right.
So what's on your... Oh, yeah. We won't talk about that, though.
The what?
What's on your turntable right now?
Yeah, what are you listening
songs of
to?
choice. Your vinyl.
Wiki. No, I've been listening to a lot of Killing Joke lately.
Killing Joke is awesome. You should check them out on Spotify if they're on Spotify. I'm sure they're on iTunes, YouTube, but their videos from 80s, late 70s, I think, as well, early 90s, whatever. Whenever their heyday was, you got to check that out because they still rock. Charles Hades took me to a concert in fucking Baltimore. We drove up there when he was visiting, and they were awesome.
Cool. Can we have them on the podcast?
Yeah, definitely. Or we could have the slutty girl in front of us. I'm sorry, I just didn't mean to say slutty, but
She was having fun.
she was having fun, we'll say, with somebody.
I would have had fun with her.
Yeah.
Okay. Physically generous. We'll call it that.
Yeah, except when she started pushing Long Island iced teas in her face.
She was putting him down the gullet, and she had a kid. We're not criticizing drinking while you have children, but I'm just talking out of my ass, I guess.
You mean like she had her kid with her in her backpack, or what?
He was in a satchel. He's 6.
So he was home?
No, he was in a satchel at the concert with her around her waist.
Oh, a satchel.
He was sucking on her tit while she was kissing some guy.
Oh. He was making change. That was his job.
Making change?
Yep.
What does that mean?
True. Wipe.
Well, if he's 6, he can count at that time.
Wipe.
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 That's when they actually had toilet paper. Oh, we don't
Oh
have
my
toilet
god,
paper
those are the
anymore.
glory days. You know when you go and take a shit in like a bar and you're like, man, I need more than this. This was a bad one. And now you go in there, if you could even go to a bar or somewhere, you'd be like, they probably need this toilet paper. I better only use one square and keep it sloppy. You're like using the other side of the square too. Just like really going for it. You might as well be pretending like you have Charles Hady's stool from 2003, his 17 years ago stool, and just like ripping shit out.
It'd be nice to have somebody small with me with small hands and delicate fingers to take my opioid-induced constipation turds out of my anus.
Like a midget?
Well, it depends. Are they overage or are they my own child?
No, they're like 20, like Willow, and their fingers are kind of fat. So
yes, that's the thing. Midget fingers are not little fingers. They're little people, but they're not little fingers.
you don't want to. Oh, I won't even go there.
No.
You need an adult with thin fingers and small hands.
Because, you know, every time I've gotten fingered by a midget, it's been a good experience. So they have nice fat fingers. You know, I need to find somebody with thin fingers.
Someone that okay, so it's got to be you gotta get. Here's your personal ad, right? What's up with your phone? It sounds like shit.
Yeah, it's the flushing again.
Oh, the flushing. Okay. Call back in. Oh, you got it?
No, I'm gonna have to go.
Okay.
I'm gonna go flush my phone.
All right, sounds good. All right, so Charles, this is what her personal ad should say. I'm going to be direct here. I am looking for a man or a woman. They have to be an adult, and adults in caps. And I want the least person I'd enjoy being fingered by, because I need long, thin fingers with medium nails to pull hard stool out of my butt. You could have got someone on Fiverr for that nowadays, so you wouldn't have had to do it yourself. Or like TaskRabbit or something?
Yeah, but I don't want to sit around and wait all day for someone to show up to do it.
It's like an out-of-work Uber driver is doing it. Comes in with a mask on. What's that?
Dude, it's all about the DIY.
You should have your own show on HGTV for that. For stool removal.
I don't know if that would go over too well.
I know a guy who works for HGTV. I'll hook it up.
It's kind of like the Sisters of Mercy song that you can't sell.
Yeah.
I've slept with all the women and all the girls in Berlin. That's an actual song by them, and it's just like when you're trying to sell a single to a record company, they're like, we can't put this out.
Why couldn't they put that out?
Well, it's a written song. It's just... Okay, here's the thing. Record companies are motherfuckers.
Yes. Yes.
They will fuck you in the ass 55 times. And Wendy's trying to join us again.
Wendy's back.
What the heck is going on with this phone?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, did you? I know times are rough with everyone getting furloughed, but did you downgrade to cricket?
Literally. Yeah.
Chirp, 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 my phone's a piece of shit. Chirp, 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 my phone's a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, chirp, chirp.
My phone's a piece of shit.
Next time anyone needs a butt plug, I've got something for sale.
Your phone?
Yep. 6 cents.
Does it have an antenna thing? Like one of those older phones with the antennas that you could just like put up there and really dig? Oh, you could have used a 2003 phone, Charles, to pick it out of there.
It's the last time I taped my phone at the end of a vibrator.
Look, double-sided dildos is where it's at, baby.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I actually have a story about a double-sided dildo.
Oh, I want it.
Tell us.
Okay, so I was in college, right? And once I got out of college, I had a placement in a job. So I went to that job, and I actually met a lesbian. Now, at that time, she didn't know she was a lesbian. Found out later that she was. And she said, this is my first time, so I'm going to go meet this girl. Because she's always had this inkling, because she would go to the sex store, and she, instead of, like, looking at girl stuff, she'd, like, want the Playboys. So she met this girl, went and visited her. She came back and said, oh my god, it was the best experience ever. We had this double-sided dildo, and I, like, had to stop her. Because I didn't know whether to laugh, cry, be jealous, or just be happy for her.
Nice. Well, you were jealous?
So, at a little bit, because I wasn't in a relationship at the time, and here she found this wonderful person, and they actually are still together, and this is like 23 years later.
Holy
and
shit.
It's phenomenal.
Wow.
Phenomenal.
Awesome.
I know, right? I'm like happy now, of course.
That's a hell of a fucking dildo, man.
Great.
So,
That's
like,
really cool.
Credit
Oh
where
my
credit's
God.
due, right? Who made that dildo? What's the manufacturer?
yeah, right?
It better be made in America. That's gotta be a made in American dildo, man. 2 sides. There's 2 sides to every coin in American money.
Probably the pillow guy.
The pillow guy made it.
Oh,
My
yeah.
pillow guy. My dildo guy.
From the state that he's from. Yeah, mydildo.com. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
MyDildo.com.
That fucking numbskull.
For the best night's fuck in the whole wide world, visit mydildo.com.